is reincarnation real? Because
real is the rest of the illusion. Well, you understand now, there's a lot of energies that keep the illusion as a very compelling force. Okay? So understand though, if I don't think you are who you think you are in this life, then I also don't think you could have possibly been who you think you were in a past life. Does that make sense?
Not entirely, but you talk about karma, and the thing is it would seem like if there's karma, then there would be reincarnation, because it doesn't all get taken care of in this life.
Well, now, what is karma?
Any action done with doership. Anything
Right.
Doership.
So in other words, what it is that it's another compelling force of the illusion. So when you do an action based upon doership, like you are doing it, it creates an energy that actually lasts longer than you do. So it remains and then is sponged out to someone else.
Like nuclear waste?
It's basically like ego shit.
But then you would have to have reincarnation, because if it lasts longer than one life.
No, I'm not saying it's not true. I'm just saying it's an illusion. It's not real. It's not. It's part of this illusion that we're living in. Okay, that the body is subject to, that the mind is subject to. That has very strong forces, karmas, and whatever reincarnate. All these different forces are a part of it. You see, and they make it very compelling because it's like, wow, but it doesn't make it real. Okay, so there's on the one hand, sure, there's reincarnation. On the other hand, how could there be for you? You see? Now, then again, you have the whole Hindu religion, which is based upon moving beyond, the idea is to get to the place where you're beyond birth, death, and rebirth, you see? And the way to get beyond death and rebirth is to no longer be associated with the doer. So that all puts away, you see? Then you're no longer subject to karma. You no longer are creating any karma because there's no sense of doership. That's what they say about enlightened beings. They're no longer creating karma. None of their actions create karma because there's no one who thinks they're doing it. Okay? So, yeah. You can have your cake and eat it too. There can be karma. There can be reincarnation. But how could it possibly happen to you? You're not who you think you are now. So how could you be subject to who you thought you were in a previous life? You see? So all it is an aspect of the illusion, okay? Maybe it's a pretty cool aspect of the illusion because it lasts longer than any human body. It continues beyond the place where it's kind of like a ripple in the ocean that just continues out. Maybe it's a tsunami, it goes for a long, long way.
Well, it's like when we meet people and we know them, or we recognize them, or we have, whatever, sometimes we see past lives and we see the connection or whatever. So what is that?
That's karma. That's karma. It's an aspect of everyone's life. There are things that are already set up for you. Okay? There's people that you are going to meet, and some of them you're going to, so it's like that. I always say with relationship, you can love someone, you can meet them and just really love them, and it doesn't matter what you do, it'll never work out. And then you can meet someone and totally not want to be with them, and no matter what you do, you can't avoid it. You're going to be with them. Karma. Okay, there's forces. That's part of the force of the illusion, and it's very compelling, and it makes this illusion very convincing. You know, I tell you, the special effects here are wonderful. They're very good, and it's easy to get lost in them. Okay, but that's not who you are. Okay.
So if enlightenment dawned on, or however you want to say it, we'll just say if the big self or whatever, if I got enlightened, not
you can just say it the wrong way. There's no right way to say it.
Yeah. Anyway, if I got enlightened, then if I was supposed to be with someone or not supposed to be with someone, all of that would fall away and it wouldn't matter anymore, right?
No, you're still subject to the karmas that you were born into. Okay, so you know, Kelly and I got together after the Enlightenment.
Mm-hmm.
We knew each other before.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we knew each other for many years before. But but there was still a karma there, right? You know, so you still are subject to the karmas, but you're not creating anymore.
Oh, okay.
Okay, but you're still subject. I mean, the body is still going to die, and probably the body has certain karmas built into it of what it's going to die from. Those things are already set up. They're going to happen for sure.
So enlightenment doesn't have any bearing on any of that.
Only on the burden. So no burden is left because there's no more creation. So that's done. So that's why you move beyond death and rebirth, because there's no more burden. It's all done. That's finished. So there's no more like thing drawing you back that you need to be reborn to complete. It's all done. So, and you know, these are just theoretical bullshit, really. The truth of the matter is, here's the thing. So in the Enlightenment, you don't think you are an individual. There's no part of you that feels separate from Source. Source is all there is. The rest of it, really, this whole satsang for me is a background static somewhere. It's going on. There's this talking going on, stuff is going, whatever. It has nothing to do with me. Everything's fine. My place is always the same. Okay? My place is always the same. And it has an end. My place will be exactly identical whether the body's here or not.
Mm-hmm.
You see? I will never die because I was never born. Okay? That's where I live. Okay? You're living as if you are this body. You're living as if you were born and you will die, and you're living as if you are somehow separate. Okay? And that sense of separation causes you to think that in your separation you are doing things, and now everything that goes on creates karma, and you judge things that happen, and you evaluate things that happen, and you want things to happen, and you don't want other things to happen. And you see, so you're living in this world, in this little dream world, okay? And in that dream world, you're thinking, you're not even considering that it's not real. It's your world, you see? And your world is going to end when the body dies, you see? And where you will go after that is where we are right now, you see? For real, where we are right now. Right now, we are one. You just don't know it. And you're pretending, you're imagining that you are this individual experiencing certain karmas, and that there's lifetimes, and all the things that you imagine in your little dream world. But that's not where we are. It's certainly, I don't operate that way day to day, moment to moment. Everything goes on, but there's no one involved with it. Okay? It's exactly, it's almost impossible to put in words, but here's the truth. You and I are one. This goes for everyone. We're all one. We are all one. Always, always, forever, eternally one. You're dreaming that you are separate. You're dreaming that you are this body, that you are having these thoughts, that you are having these feelings, but it's just a dream. And soon enough, everyone will wake up, and then we'll be exactly where I know we are right now. One, in the stillness, in the silence, from which everything came from. You're concentrating on the thoughts, but I'm living in the place where the thoughts came from. They all came from the silence, you see? So it's like you're living in the waves on the ocean. I'm under the ocean, in that stillness of the water.